Attention passionate Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Pittsburgh Steelers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Pittsburgh Steelers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. This is the kind of rumor that has Steelers Nation buzzing. I mean, if there's any truth to it, this could be one of the biggest moves in recent NFL history, especially for the Steelers' defense. We're talking about Maxx Crosby, a true force on that Raiders line, potentially donning the black and gold. And trust me, this isn't just some idle speculation. There's real smoke here, and it could turn into a full-blown fire that reshapes the AFC North for years to come. Let's break it down. Maxx Crosby, an All-Pro in 2023, has been nothing short of a beast. Last season, he racked up 12 sacks, terrorizing quarterbacks and setting the tone for that Raiders defense. The guy is relentless, a true motor off the edge. And if he joins the Steelers, he wouldn't just be adding depth. He would be the centerpiece of a defensive line that already features T.J. Watt, one of the most dominant pass rushers in the league today. Imagine those two coming off the edges, causing chaos, forcing turnovers, and making life miserable for quarterbacks in the AFC North. That's the kind of combination that can turn a defense into a nightmare for offenses, especially as Pittsburgh continues to focus on building a top-tier unit. Now, according to some reliable sources like Diana Rossini, the Raiders are in full rebuild mode after a tough 2-7 start this season. They've struggled on offense, averaging just 4 points per game, which isn't going to cut it when you're trying to stay competitive in today's NFL. The Raiders, after the deadline on November 4th, are reportedly open to trading Crosby, especially since they're sitting on a cap hit of around $15 million for 2025, with the team looking to free up about $20 million to rebuild the roster, especially around the quarterback position. Their defense, allowing over 220 points so far, is clearly a weak spot, and they're prioritizing picks to shore up their offensive line, which has been a problem area, evidenced by their 39.3% third down conversion rate. What makes this rumor even more intriguing is the potential return for the Raiders. A first-round pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, a future asset that could be pivotal for their rebuild, is what they're reportedly looking for. To many Steelers fans, that's the kind of trade value that makes sense. Crosby isn't just a good player, he's a game-changer. His career stats speak volumes. Over 50 sacks so far, a career PFF grade averaging around 91.5, and he's been an All-Pro twice. His impact on the field is undeniable: relentless pressure, high sack numbers, and a presence that affects the entire game plan of any opponent. Now, if this trade happens, the Steelers would be adding Crosby to the already formidable duo of T.J. Watt and Crosby. That would be a defensive nightmare for any team in the league. The Steelers, currently sitting at 5-4, have been playing solid defense, allowing around 4 points per game. But adding Crosby could elevate that even further, pushing the sack total by 15 or more, creating more turnovers and forcing opponents into long third-down situations. We're talking about a defense that could become one of the best in the league, a true lockdown unit that can carry the team deep into the playoffs. This move would also have a significant impact on the Steelers' chances in the postseason. Look, the NFL is a game of matchups, and having a duo of Watt and Crosby rushing the passer could be the X factor that puts Pittsburgh over the top. The odds of reaching Super Bowl LX could shift dramatically, with sportsbooks like Fox Sports already projecting the Steelers, odds rising from +200 to +700 if they land Crosby. That's a massive jump, and indicates that the league's analysts see this as a move that could propel Pittsburgh into serious Super Bowl contention. Plus, with Crosby's ability to generate pressures at a rate of around 18%, he would help improve the team's overall pressure percentage by over 10%, making life miserable for opposing quarterbacks. The impact isn't just limited to the pass rush. With Crosby in the fold, the Steelers' defense could see an increase of approximately 150 yards in total defense, thanks to the added pressure and forced turnovers. His ability to force fumbles, similar to Watt's history of causing fumbles and disrupting plays, would complement the existing strengths of the Steelers' defense. This, in turn, would give the offense more opportunities to score and control the clock, especially as the offensive line continues to develop and improve. From a team-building perspective, acquiring Crosby would also be a cap-friendly move, freeing up some space for extensions or other signings down the line. The Raiders, with their current cap situation of about $15 million, would be able to free up additional funds to invest in other areas. For the Steelers, adding Crosby at around $12 million in cap space would be a steal, considering the impact he could have on the defense. It's a move that screams winning now and building for the future simultaneously. Now, let's talk about what this means for the division and the AFC as a whole. The Steelers, already competitive at 5-4, could become true contenders with a move like this. The AFC North is shaping up to be one of the most competitive divisions in football, with teams like the Ravens, Bengals, and even the Browns fighting hard. But adding a player of Crosby's caliber would tilt the balance even further in Pittsburgh's favor, especially if his impact matches what we expect. The Steelers' defense would become a nightmare, a true fortress that can shut down even the most potent offenses in the league. Looking ahead, this potential trade could also influence how the Steelers approach the postseason. A defense with Watt and Crosby could be the backbone of a Super Bowl run, especially if Kenny Pickett continues to develop and the offensive line keeps improving. Pittsburgh's offensive weapons are growing, but having a defense that can dominate the line of scrimmage is what separates good teams from champions. If the Steelers pull the trigger on this deal, it could be the move that cements them as a perennial powerhouse, capable of competing with the best in the league. Of course, all of this hinges on whether the Raiders are truly willing to part ways with Crosby and whether the Steelers are ready to unload that first-round pick in 2026. But the signs point to a possibility that's too exciting to ignore. This kind of trade would send shockwaves across the NFL, and Steelers fans should be ready for a new era, one where their defense becomes even more ferocious and capable of leading the team deep into the playoffs and beyond. The NFL is always full of surprises, and this potential blockbuster move might just be the beginning of something extraordinary for the Pittsburgh Steelers. We've seen the team grow, adapt, and overcome obstacles, but adding a player like Crosby could elevate them to a whole new level. It's the kind of move that could define a franchise for years to come, turning the Steelers into a defensive powerhouse that's feared across the league. So, as we keep an eye on the rumors and wait for official confirmation, one thing is clear: the Steelers are positioning themselves to be serious contenders. The AFC North is about to get even more intense, and Pittsburgh is ready to make its mark. Whether this trade becomes a reality or not, the excitement around this possibility is undeniable, and Steelers Nation should be fired up about what's coming next. Because if it happens, the Steelers will be on a path that could lead straight back to the Super Bowl with a defense that's as intimidating as ever. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential blockbuster move? Do you think Crosby would be the perfect fit to elevate this team to new heights? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion means so much to us and to the Steelers organization. Remember, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Steelers news. We're in this together and the future looks brighter than ever. Let's keep that passion alive, keep supporting our team, and get ready for what could be the most exciting chapter in Steelers history.